Hi and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to share with you some self-care habits as a highly sensitive person. I am one, and maybe you know that you are because you've done the test online, or maybe you just have that feeling that you are a highly sensitive person. In any case, you are absolutely in the right place. As an HSP, you may find it difficult sometimes to fit in and to want to do the same things as the people around you, for example, when you're going out. Or maybe you notice that you're impacted by things differently and that you're more emotional. And maybe you have told yourself in the past, I am being too sensitive, or I'm not cool enough, or I'm not extroverted enough. But this is not true. As a highly sensitive person, you actually process things differently. Therefore, you have different needs. As an HSP, your senses are actually heightened, so everything that you feel is at a higher level than most people. And that's why you may sometimes think that you are being too emotional or too sensitive. But actually it's just that you are perceiving things differently. We tend to need quiet alone time in order to recharge our batteries, especially after socializing. You may be more drawn to intimate and cozy settings rather than settings that are quite loud and crowded. For example, in the choice of a restaurant, you may prefer a place with soft background music where you can hear each other talk. And you may prefer a place that is quite cozy and welcoming and not too busy. You may prefer small social groups rather than big ones. Remember that you feel everything at a higher level, so when there is a big group, there's going to be a lot more different energies around you and you're really going to be taking them in, and it can be overwhelming and overstimulating when there's so much going on. You may also feel saddened by things that you hear or read, like the news or hearing about something that happened to someone you know or to someone who knows someone you know. It doesn't have to be so connected to you directly. You're actually going to feel things at a higher level once again. And when you see, hear or read something that you find very disturbing, that make you feel very uncomfortable, anxious, overwhelmed or sad, you may actually hold on to those emotions and onto that state of being for a long period of time. It can be days, it can be weeks. So those emotions and those visuals can actually stay with you for a very long time. And it's in those times that I tend to ask myself, why am I being so affected by this thing that is not even connected to me, much more than the people around me? And that's a question you may be asking yourself as well. And the reason is because you're a highly sensitive person, so you're processing things differently. So thankfully, there are some really good self-care habits that you can start implementing in your life that are really going to help you as a sensitive person to ground yourself, to feel calm again, and to come back to a state of inner peace and enjoy. The first habit is presence and mindfulness. That is one of my favorites. The way that I love doing it is to actually slow down my gestures. So let's say that I want to grab something, let's say I want to grab this phone. Instead of just rushing to grab it, I can actually take my time. So I can grab it more mindfully, more intentionally. And you're not actually going to be wasting time here. You're actually going to have more time. You're going to see that you're getting more productive because you're being very mindful. A way that I love practicing this is by making a hot drink. So it's about bringing all of your senses into that simple task, like really feeling the cup in your hand and feeling the warmth of the liquid in the cup, sipping it mindfully and preparing the drink a little ritual that you get to cherish. So it's all about coming back to the body, because let's say that you've been socializing or that you've been feeling a little bit overwhelmed and a little bit overstimulated. You're going to need to get out of your head and to regulate your nervous system. And that's the way that I love doing it. You may have heard the phrase, it's not about what you do, but how you do it. And this is a perfect example. The second self-care habit is to plan alone time for you to recharge. It is actually something that you can schedule in your calendar to make sure that you do it. And it may look like having to say no when someone asks you if you want to do something, because you know that you actually need to recharge, that you need to take care of your own energy. And it's not selfish, it's important for you because that's how you recharge. So don't be afraid of really taking that time. And if you don't live alone, you may want to go to a room and close the door and know that you have some time there where you can recenter, where you can rest or read or listen to music, maybe meditating or doing some energy work if that's part of your practice. Maybe you want to do a nice recentering, grounding yoga, or maybe you want to paint or draw or write or journal or whatever it is for you, doing something that helps you feel calm and centered again. The third habit is to set boundaries. Really listen to your body, listen to your energy. What do you actually need? Your needs deserve to be met. So make sure that you say no to things that don't feel right now. Or maybe ask to plan them at a later date when you know that you will have had time to recharge yourself. The fourth habit is implementing a calm and uplifting morning routine. The one thing you don't want to be doing in the morning that a lot of people do is to rush. And if that means getting up a little bit earlier, then it's absolutely worth it. In the morning and when you just woke up, your subconscious mind is at its most suggestible, open and responsive state. Same before going to sleep. So it's a great time to be very mindful about what you do and how you do it. Personally, I love making a cup of coffee mindfully and with presence when I wake up, and then drinking it while writing my intentions for the day. Also going through my gratitude list and maybe doing some breathing exercises or reading a book that inspires me or from which I gain some knowledge. Doing those quiet activities that really help me feel calm and uplifted. And that's going to look different probably in the days that you work and in the days that you are off. And something that's really great to do is to take some fresh air in the morning. Like getting some steps in and actually breathing in into the openness. And if there's nature around you, that's even better. It really helps you ground for the day. Now, the next habit is to set up a winding down evening routine. So you want to wind down before bed so you have as less stimulation as possible before you go to sleep. Personally, I love watching something, whether it's a film or an episode of a series before bed, but I'm going to make sure that I plan it earlier so that I have some winding down time before actually going into bed. Winding down may look like reading, drinking some herbal tea, journaling or meditating or doing some visualizations or having a really nice, cozy, quiet conversation with a loved one. And something that I really recommend you do is to brush your teeth, clean your face, put your pajamas on before you are actually ready to go to sleep. Because that way it's already done and you can really follow your flow and follow what your body needs. When you feel like, okay, it's really time to go to sleep, you can go to the bed straight away without having to do anything before. Next habit is decluttering. Your environment has a really big impact on the way that you feel. So as a highly sensitive person, we tend to need space and to need an environment that is not going to be too overstimulating. So that means a place that is going to make us feel safe and cozy and expansive. It helps you be in the right energy. And you need to be in the right energy in order to rest properly, or to have fun, or to be creative, or to be really productive with your work, or to move forward with one of your projects. Next habit, find an outlet for your emotions. Uncomfortable and disturbing emotions can stay with us for a while as an HSP. It's very important for your emotions to circulate and to be released. An emotion is energy in motion. When an emotion circulates, you're going to be able to reset. You're going to be able to get your energy back and to rest. So for that, you need an outlet. It may look like journaling or meditating with the intention of feeling and acknowledging the emotion and then letting it go. Or maybe it's going to be about moving your body in ways that feel good so that you can let those emotions move. Or if you have one, you may want to talk to your therapist, your coach, in order to find an outlet for those emotions. It's very important to not bury those emotions because they're going to keep affecting you in the background, or they're going to pop up again and it's going to be very disturbing. And the last habit is to do something that makes you feel happy and safe every single day. At least one activity. That's something that a lot of people forget to do. It may be reading a book or watching a cozy series that make you feel good and all warm and fuzzy inside. Or maybe it's going to look like doing some writing or meditating or going for a really nice walk. drawing, painting, or learning something new, studying something. Anything that feels calm, that is centering and grounding for you. So those were the 8 self-care habits that I had for you as an HSP. I want to remind yourself to not judge yourself. If you find that you are being more sensitive or more emotional than the people around you, or if you have different needs, or if you want to do these different things, don't judge yourself. You have a different way of processing things, of processing the world, of processing your emotions. You're impacted in a different way. You may not be the loudest person in the room, but you absolutely get to take your place in the world as a sensitive empath. Remember that. I would really invite you to be yourself, to be your authentic self, to not try to be like other people who may not have the same needs and the same energy as you. It happens that when you are an introvert, you try to be an extrovert. Or when you are a highly sensitive person, you try to be like other people who are not. Or if you know a little bit about human design, when you are a manifester, like I am, you try to do things the same way as generators would do. And it's just not right, because you need your periods of rest. You have a different energy and you have different needs. So be yourself, honor these needs, you absolutely deserve it. Let me know in the comments how the video was for you, and if you are an HSP and that you have implemented some different self-care habits in your life, put them in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. It was a pleasure creating this video for you. My name is Laetitia and I'm an authentic confidence coach. I use hypnotherapy, mindset and energy practices in order to help mostly women overcome their mental and energetic blocks so that they can achieve new levels of success in their professional and personal life. I will see you in the next video. Bye.